Well, hello there, everybody, and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining me here in the virtual craft room on this very late night live process video. I am a night owl anyway, so this is kind of my usual time for being creative, but I was out tonight celebrating New Year's, got home at 10, and I knew I was going to be having an early night, so I thought, well, why not do a live and do a little bit of scrapping. So if you're up late and you're in your PJs and you're watching this, that's awesome. Hello, nice to see you. If you're watching the replay, that's great. I'm so glad that you are. As always, my videos will be on my Facebook page for 30 days, and then they're always up on my YouTube channel anytime after that. So you can always watch the replays of any of my videos anytime you feel like a little bit of inspiration or some crafty ideas. So thanks for joining me. Let's get started, see what I'm working on tonight. So I have this photo of me and my two adult kids. We went to Disney last week, the week before Christmas. Had an awesome time. And I'm gonna get started on scrapping those photos. When I went a couple of years ago, I did probably 8 pages of the trip, and I just kind of did one layout for each sort of day, maybe event. Like I did a Harry Potter page because we went to Universal, and I did a Star Wars page and things like that. So I might do that kind of thing this year, I'm not sure, but I know that this page, this photo is going to be my first page of my Disney vacation, because this is the classic photo in front of the castle, right? So I made this one, printed it as a 5x7 because I kind of wanted that to be a highlight. Hi, Angel. Thanks for joining me tonight. So I'm going to be using the Adventure Parks paper. This is a new collection that came out, and if you're a Disney person, it's very Disney-ish with the reds and the yellows, but this is great for any kind of just fun pages because you've got a lot of vibrant colors. You've got the reds and the yellows and some blues. This would be great for birthdays, great for any kinds of celebrations, but then you also have like theme park food like the ice cream and popcorn and burgers, and then this great polka dot. So I'm just going to flip through these, look at the film strips, and then a different kind of polka dot with some stars. We've got some tickets, and then these fun stripes. This kind of crazy pattern, and then just some yellow checkerboard. That's a nice subtle pattern. And then we've got this kind of light blue grayish wave with some stars, and then the blue fireworks with the white with the polka dots and the fireworks. So lots of options for fun layouts. You could definitely do 4th of July for this if you were doing fireworks. Some of my neighbors are doing fireworks right now, so you know, it'd be great for that. So I am going to choose which colors I want. I think I want to do more of the blues, so I think I'm going to do that one and that. And then I need one, I know I need 2 patterns. So then I'm going to do that one and that. Yeah, I think that's going to work because this photo has a lot more blue. There really isn't any red at all. So I'm going to focus on the blues for this layout. So I've grabbed those 2 papers and I'll set the rest aside. I also have the embellishments and I have the mats. I'm not sure that I'll get into these, but I just grabbed them in case I wanted to use them. And let me grab a piece of cardstock for my background. So I wanted to do some mixed media on this layout, so I know that I wanted to start with just some white cardstock. And my photo is going to go about here. So I'm going to do some splotches up here and a little bit of splotches down there. That's my very fancy term. And I've got a piece of packaging from some embellishment of some sort. And I'm going to grab this blue marker because that has the shades that I'm looking for. And I'm going to scribble on here. and give it a little spray. I've just got a little spray bottle here. This is I'm just using the Creative Memories journal pens, and I used the broad tip. Scribbled on my packaging, gave it a little spray, and now I'm gonna smush it down on my paper. And you can continue to smush it just to spread out that ink. And I'm doing this first so that it gives it a few minutes to dry. I'm gonna check and see. That's pretty good. Now I wanna put some down here. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. This is so much fun, and because I'm using the Creative Memories markers, I know that the colors are going to coordinate with the papers that I'm using as well. So just a couple of squirts of water. And then I'm going to smush that right down. And this makes you feel like you're a watercolor artist, even if you're not, because it's just a fun, easy technique. Really easy to add some color. Now I'm going to do the red. And I didn't do it with the blue because I didn't want them to mush and turn into a purple. So that's why I'm doing it separately. So now I'm going to scribble this red, and it's sort of a pinkish red actually. This one might not be the true red. I don't know what color this is, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks. I'm going to smush it right on top of that blue. And then I'm going to do it again for the bottom. A few less scribbles for the bottom. Okay. I like that. I'm going to grab my heat gun, and I'm just going to give this a quick pass. Oh, it's not plugged in. Well, I'll hold off on that. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to map my photo. And hopefully that'll dry while we're doing that. So this is a 5x7. So what I want to do is cut this piece of paper to 6 inches. Yeah, I'll do that one. And then I'm going to cut it in half to 6 inches. So I have 2 6-inch squares. And then this one is, I'm going to cut to 7 by 9. There's a 7. I'm going to make this a 9. Okay. Grab my cardstock. Now, normally when I'm doing mixed media, I would do a layer of gesso on here, which is this stuff here, and I completely forgot. So I might get some warping of my paper. It might bubble up and warp a little bit as I'm working with it. So what I will do is just lay it under my scrapbook tonight, and by tomorrow it'll be nice and flat, but that can happen. So now I'm going to layer my photo and my papers. So what I want to do is just have this real layered kind of look with the different patterns. And I might actually trim that 7 by 9 down because that's actually covering up a lot of the background. Just wanted to get that layered look. Yeah, I think I will trim that down. Hold on. We have a crop coming up this weekend, so my stuff is all packed. And I realized, oh, I need it unpacked because I need to use it tonight. So this is what happens when I plan ahead too well. All right, so I'm just trimming this down. So that gives me a little bit more. I'm going to trim it down here too. It's going to let that background show a little bit more. And I am doing this really quickly, roughly. I'm not worried about it being perfect at all because I'm just doing this layered, messy kind of look. So now I have the 3 papers and my photo, and I'm going to attach everything. Hey, Michelle, you stayed awake. Yay! So I'm going to throw some adhesive behind my photo, stick it down, and then I'll have to add more adhesive behind the layers as I go. But this is kind of a messy, layered look, so it's not lined up perfectly. All right, so there's my 3rd layer, and now I'm going to put adhesive behind that final layer, and I can pop that down just like that. Okay, now I'm going to grab the ticket punch. I'm excited to try this out. I do a lot in my life that uses tickets. I go to the movies a lot. I participate in raffles. There's all sorts of things that a ticket punch would be good for. So I was really excited when this one came around. And I am going to punch out some tickets here. I'm going to start this on the silver line. And then just move it down and match it up with the picture. As you continue punching your tickets. Try to make it nice and straight. Pop that back in there for the other side. Let's see where I left off. Okay, there's my tickets. I'm going to pull this back over, and I am going to cut this whole strip in half because I want a layer of tickets at the top and some at the bottom. And using the polka dots, it doesn't really look like a ticket, so I think I'm going to put it at the top. So I went out and saw, my best friend is a musician, and I went to see him play tonight, but he was only playing till 9. It ended up being like 9:30, and and then it was like 10 before I got home. But that was fun. Just had dinner with friends and saw some good live music. That's always a good way for me to spend my night. But then I thought, well, I'm not really into like watching the ball drop or anything. So that's why I decided I would do some scrapping. So New Year's Day is typically a day that I like to go through my albums and see what needs to be finished. Go through my photos and see what pages I need to work on, that kind of thing. And that started when my kids were little. They were like toddlers, and their dad took them for the day and said, just spend the day scrapbooking and we're going to take off. And it was so fantastic, and I just finished projects and had like the best time ever. So now I've been doing that every year since on New Year's Day. It's a great little tradition for me. Yes, Michelle, this is a new punch. So it's called Admission Ticket. It just came out with the Adventure Parks paper that I'm using tonight. So it is a new punch that is available. Really cute. And yeah, like I said, for movies, movie layouts, and tickets are just a fun shape for any kind of paper crafting. You can use tickets for all sorts of things. So I've got this little shallow bowl here that I keep on my craft table, and then I just dump the embellishments into it so that I can sort of flip through them a little bit and see what I want to use. So I might use Magical Day, that would be cute. This would be good for journaling. I'm looking for the blues. This will be good for my airport page. Sore feet, happy memories, that's funny. Dreams come true, that's nice, I like that. Oh, and the castle, look at that. These are really nice, thicker paper, kind of, they're cardstock. Usually the embellishments are a little bit thinner, and these have a glossy coating to them. They're really nice. Let's see. Best vacation ever, that would be cute. I think I will start with the castle. I could put this Dreams Come True up here. That's really sweet. And this Magical Day. Oh, I just love the castle embellishment. That's so awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then I'll just journal over here. I won't... So I'm going to tuck these underneath, and because I have these nice layers, it's easy to just tuck things in between. This castle is so adorable. I love it. And I'm going to grab my foam squares for the Dreams Come True and pop that up on the foam squares. Yeah, I really like it too, Michelle. And, you know, it came out like the week I was going to Disney, which was awesome. But you could definitely use this for birthdays and all kinds of celebrations because it's just fun and bright. And I like that. I like the bright, bold colors. And it's got like a, you know, a busy pattern on one side, but a nice subtle pattern on the other side. So depending on what you're feeling like, you've got some options. And I'm going to add a couple of these little doodads here because why not? And I'm just going to stick with the blues since that's kind of the color palette I've got going on here. So I'm going to add big polka dot here. A couple of little ones. I usually like to do things in groups of 3 if I can. So I'll put one up here. Okay, wow, that came together way quicker than I thought. I'll do some journaling over here, but then that's really it. You know, that was a pretty quick and easy layout. I really like these tickets across the top. I did punch them out a little bit crooked, and I can see that here and there, but that doesn't bother me too much. You know, talking and punching doesn't always work well for me. Sometimes it gets a little hard to see what I'm doing. But that came out cute. I'm happy with that. So I said I was going to do the layout and then I was going to do a countdown of my top 10 favorite pages of the year. So that was a really fun exercise for me to do. I went through my scrapbooks and it was just fun reminiscing about the layouts that I made during the year. And picked out my top 10 favorite layouts. So I'm gonna do a quick little flip through of my album. I labeled everything so that I could count down with you. So I'm gonna start here, and they are in page protectors, so I'm sorry if there's a glare, but here we'll see. Number 10. This layout I did a live process video for last year. This was my New Year's Eve 2023, actually at the same place, the same bar that I go to, and that's my best friend that's a musician, and then I was there with a longtime friend of mine, and I took a picture of me with my little blowout beforehand. This was a really fun layout to do. I used the silver and gold collection, and I cut out all of these triangular pieces, kind of triangular strips that I layered. And I am not doing a good job of explaining that, but if you go onto my Facebook page this afternoon, I posted the link to this process video. So if you want to watch that, it's actually a pretty simple technique to do, but it's kind of hard to explain, but it's so much fun to use and to incorporate two sides of pattern papers, or to use some scraps that you're not planning on using. So this was a pretty easy layout to put together once I kind of figured out the technique. A lot of fun to do. So that's number 10. Counting down, we'll get to number 9. This is my daughter's birthday last year, and this is another one that I have a process video for. I punched a ton of circles out of scrap paper, and then I cut them in half and layered them so that it made this really nice textured border. I added a border sticker and then just a strip of pattern paper. And then, you know, a few embellishments here and there. And what's really fun with this is I had actually 5 photos. So these are the 3 of my daughter at brunch, and they were like really pretty photos that her friends took. But then I had 2 others that were kind of silly. So I put a little tab here, and this is a Peekaboo Pocket. And here are the 2 silly photos. And the plan is to have her do the journaling underneath here. I just keep forgetting to ask her to do it, but I might just give up and do it myself at this point because it was almost a year ago. But I really liked how this came out, and I loved using the Peekaboo Pocket to add those extra photos and add the journaling. So that was number 9. Number 8. This is another layout using the silver and gold collection. And this was a lot of fun to make. It was just cutting out all of these squares and then using my corner rounder to round off the 2 sides. So I left the top right and the bottom left as points. I did the top left and the bottom right rounded. And then I just created this fun border all the way around the layout. And then I have a grid pattern here where I had 3 photos, and I cut one of my variety mat pack cards down to a 4x4 square. And then added my journaling and some stickers and embellishments. And that was another pretty easy layout to put together, but really fun to incorporate patterns. And I love to mix patterns, and especially when it's from one collection, you know everything's going to go well together. So that was number 8. All right, number 7. This is a layout that my daughter and I went to a paint night at a bar called the Thirsty Robot. And so I saved the coaster from Thirsty Robot, and I used the Gemstone custom cutting system to cut hearts from the pattern paper. So I have my white as the background, and then I cut the largest size of heart from the pattern paper. And then I matted my photos. I cut them out of the smallest heart, matted them on the medium heart size, and then filled in the spots here. And this paper is the Lullaby Lane collection, which is a baby collection, but I always like to challenge myself to try to use a collection in a different way. So I was able to use the baby collection on this page about us painting. We happen to be painting a robot painting, so I thought that this was very space themed. So that was another favorite that I did. Okay, layout number 6. This is a fold over technique that is super easy, but I love how it comes out. And you can do this with all kinds of different papers. You can turn the orientation so that the fold is over here or at the bottom or on the left or right side. This white paper here with the flowers, the other side is this gold. So all I did was I folded over the floral to reveal the gold, and I stuck it down. And then I punched with my border maker, I punched out this design and just put it along the two edges just to kind of define the separation a little bit. Added a couple of my photos. This is a variety mat behind here with the definition of family, and then a few stickers from the collection. This was a very simple layout to put together, probably 10-15 minutes, but I really like how this came out. And this is the Our Moments collection that I think is really, really pretty. So that was number 6. Continuing our countdown, we are at number 5 for my top 10 favorite layouts of the year. My scrapbook has a mixture of 12 by 12 layouts and pocket pages. So for every month, I have a pocket page, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. It fits right into my regular album. I do one for each month. So this is my April page. I use the variety mats to fill in my pockets, and then I just add an assortment of other things. So I print my photos at 3 by 4. I will add strips of pattern paper, stickers, washi tape, embellishments, any kind of leftover little doodads, I will add them. And I just kind of play and have fun. And it's just the highlights of the month. So things that maybe won't get a whole entire page will go on this pocket page. And what I liked about this one, I added a peekaboo pocket to this because this particular photo has a story that's kind of sensitive, and I haven't even written it yet, but it's going to go underneath here. And it's just kind of this was not a great day, and the topic is kind of, so I'm going to write the story underneath here. But it's a great way to add some more spots if you need more photos on your page as well. So that was number 5. Here's another fold over, just like that one I just showed you. Just kind of a different orientation, different colors. It totally changes the layout. All right, number 4. This was me and my sister and my nieces all going to see the Barbie movie. And what's really fun about this one is I cut the Tiara Bordermaker cartridge a bunch of times. I cut a big circle from this pattern paper and then just layered the tiara behind it and made this really fun textured background. And then I put my title on the circle along the side, added a couple of stickers, and then I did my journaling down here going in the direction of the circle as well. And then just 2 photos up here, 2 photos down here, a couple of stickers. This is the summertime collection, so it's got really fun, bright, pastel-y kind of colors. I was wearing a pink dress. It kind of looks orange in the photo, but it was a pink dress that really matches with the tiaras. And, you know, we got some good stickers that go cute with that layout. So that was number 4. Number 3. This is one of my favorite techniques, and I do it quite a bit. And that is using your jumbo circle from the custom cutting system to cut out a circle, and then using your border maker to cut along that circle. So rather than cutting in a straight line with the border maker system, you just put the cartridge in the housing and you cut right on that circle. So this, I use the rolling waves to cut out these sailboats. Now, my kids and I are in kayaks, not sailboats, but it's fine. So I cut out the sailboats going all the way around. Now, sometimes not all cartridges fit perfectly in that circular pattern. So when they don't, underneath this photo, I can almost guarantee you that there's a little area that doesn't look quite so good. And that's where, if you have an area that doesn't come out quite so good, you cover it up with the photos or your embellishments. So this is just a photo matted on a variety mat. This sun and cloud is from another variety mat that I just cut out with an X-Acto knife, and then just my journaling on some strips. But this was a fun layout to do. All right, we're almost at midnight, and that was number 3. I have 2 and 1 left to show you. We are counting down. All right, this is going back to my 2022 album, but I have 2 more layouts in here that I did last year. So this one is number 2. This was another fold over technique. You're just taking this piece of pattern paper. It was gold on one side and it's gray on the other. I used my border maker system to cut along the 2 outside edges, and then I folded them in to create this pattern. And this is just laid right on top of another pattern paper, creates a really fun layout in just a matter of minutes. So then I just matted my photo, added a couple of scraps, added a few embellishments. This again is from the silver and gold collection. I used this a lot last year. I used the whole collection. There's none left of mine. The pocket is completely empty. So this was a fun layout to do and super easy. And number 10, it's midnight, perfect timing. Happy New Year. Number 1, sorry. This was my best 9 of the year. So every year there's an app called Best 9, and you can connect your Instagram to it, and it will tell you your top 9 photos of the year, the most liked photos on your Instagram. I like to do a layout every year as kind of a wrap up of those best 9. So I have here my gold stickers that spell out Best 9 22. And then when you open this up, this is a giant, this is a 6x12 peekaboo pocket. When you open that up, you have all of my photos here. I printed them on strips of pattern paper and then layered them. And then I put stickers, border stickers in between just to break those up a little bit. And there are little gold stickers on each one numbering them. And then over here, the inside of the peekaboo pocket, I got out my typewriter and I typed up the descriptions that go with each one of those. So it says number 1, I bought a new house. Number 2, my Beatles artwork on my walls. And so I just went through and described what each of these photos meant. So this is my top 10, my top 9 for 2022. And those were my top 10 layouts that I created in 2023. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me, whether you're here with me live tonight or you're watching at another time. I'm wishing you a very wonderful, happy, healthy, crafty 2024. And hopefully I'll see you soon, either in person or again in the virtual craft room. Happy New Year, everybody. Bye-bye.